I imagine in a factory that's related to some new innovative technology, you don't necessarily want people to see everything that's in the factory. So how was ZUANT3D plus Matterport able to help with that challenge of, we want people to see the factory, but we don't want people to see everything in the factory, because with Matterport, you do see everything.
Absolutely. It was a very simple conversation. Once they did the scan of each stop, we would go through the scan and we would say, okay, this is a piece of IP. Can you blur it out? And it was as simple as that. And when you're watching the scan or the video, you would never know that anything was, it never looked as if it was blurred. You know what I mean? It was very professionally done, where it was just simply a piece of the view that you didn't get too much detail in.
And I imagine also that with ZUANT, they were able to make it so that you would perhaps jump from the reception right to the spot in the tour and skipping some things that you didn't want to show.
Absolutely, yes. There's a lot of hallways. There's a lot of, side rooms, labs, and things like that. So yes, we did take the opportunity to sort of jump from station, spot 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 through 7 and kind of keep it clean.
Okay, I'm going to ask Pete to do a demo of that a little bit later, but I still want to stay with the big picture. Before we move on to kind of the lead generation piece of it, was there anything else in terms of the visual experience of doing this online with Matterport plus ZUANT3D? I heard you at least talk about some annotation. So in my mind, I think of, oh, here's a video of Daniel O'Connell, your CEO. Oh, here's some subject matter experts. They're on video telling the same story that perhaps they would have told to the 200 plus that were in person.
Yes.
Were there other things like that within the Matterport tour enhanced by ZUANT3D that you recall?
Absolutely. To be honest, there was probably so much that we could have used that we didn't because of the quick turnaround. When we do further, different scans, I'm excited to see what else we could have done. But yes, I think it was so easy to work with them. The idea that you can have a scan of an entire 360 space. A lot of the things that we were showing in this tour were brand new machines building, stacks and things like that, all of the parts and pieces to our fuel cells. And for a video to be able to pop up and somebody explain what that machine is doing, or data sheets, you can load any kind of data, PDFs, Word, anything you want, you can add in there so that people get the true information you want. It's sort of at your fingertips how much or how little you want to allow people to see.
Mm-hmm. In this new world of hybrid, where you're both doing an in-person and an online experience, it seems like in this case, where perhaps in the past you might have had a special event experience, that would have been it. But I think what I'm hearing is you would have been limited to 200 people as opposed to the thousands that actually have now participated.
Absolutely.
Virtually in the Matterport plus 3D plus ZUANT3D experience.